Ronnie safely through. How was it from your end?
It was all right. It was pretty much what I've expected. I expected my opponent to play better, but he didn't. You know, he let me off a hook a lot of times. So scoreline probably looks better than, you know, didn't feel like a 13-4, to be honest, or whatever it was.
How were you queuing, by the way?
Not great, but trying, you know, just keep trying, that's all you can do.
How was the attitude? Obviously, you're playing a player who doesn't play with a lot of rhythm, so was it difficult to keep your discipline?
Yeah, it was hard. It's just getting more frustrated with myself, not my opponent. You know, there's nothing you can do about your opponent. And if you're comfortable within your own game, you don't mind sitting there waiting because you know that when you come to the table, you're probably going to do something good. So you kind of go, OK, well, I'll just wait. You know, it's no big deal. But my head was good considering what was going through my mind. You know, I just wanted to run out there. I started yesterday's afternoon session. I thought, oh, this is going to be a long day. And all of a sudden, I kind of found something and it kind of pepped me up a little bit. But, yeah.
Are there moments in a match or in a few sessions where you go, OK, I'm finding some...
I might have the odd shot. There was maybe one or two shots I went, oh, I hit that really good. But otherwise, I don't know. There was like 500 shots there, 480 of them would have been butchered in my own judgment, you know.
I see your boys up.
Yeah.
I see him yesterday.
Yeah.
To take your mind off it a little bit, eh?
Yeah, no, not really. He just sort of, he just wanted to come spend some time up here. He's studying for his exam, so he's kind of doing a lot of work at home, so I don't get to see a lot of him, really, so he come down here, which is nice to have him here, you know, it's good.
What about enjoyment levels out there that we get in?
Oh, it's lovely to be out in the Crucible, but if you're not queuing great, it's I don't care where you are. I mean, I'm even practising here, there. For me, it's just cue in hand, it's on the chest, hitting the ball straight as a die. You play anyway, you know, and you enjoy it. But when you're not, it becomes tough mentally, you know, especially if I was playing like players down the club, you know, can't make 30, it doesn't matter. But when you're playing like the top players, you know, under pressure, they play well, you've got to be able to go with them. And I honestly don't think I could if they played well. We'll soon find out. Because now it's like proper business end of the tournament, you know. Is
it scary when you're about to go out there and you feel like that? I think
it's scary, you know, even when you're playing well. I think it's more scary when you're playing well because you have obviously the expectation levels. You think, oh, this is one that that could be mine. But when I'm playing how I'm playing, I haven't actually got a nerve in my body because I don't expect to do anything any good. So there is actually zero pressure. I don't feel any nerves at all, which is how it is, I suppose, because there's no expectation really.
That's what I was actually going to ask. Because of the layoff, do you come back and go a bit nervy?
I don't feel rusty. I don't feel anything. Okay. I don't feel nervy for the reasons that I've said. You know, it's just because I just expect to make plenty of mistakes. I know I haven't. You know, probably it's not as bad as I'm talking it, but it feels like it could be that bad. You know, I'm having to hang on for dear life.
Have you seen any of Luca Brissell, by the way?
I could hear the balls flying in off the lampshade, you know. I don't think Ding liked it, to be honest with you, because I think he had a bit of a wazz up last night. I think Ding felt a bit like he was having his nose rubbed in it a bit, I suppose. I think he just bullied him by what I could hear, you know, balls, doubles, trebles, big breaks. I mean, he's great to watch. I mean, I must admit, when you watch him play like that, it's phenomenal, really. You know, he's such an amazing player.
You know, if we were to flip it on its head and almost take yourself out of it, if I was playing somebody who felt like they were playing awful stuff and they're giving me a bit of a hiding in the form of, say, I'm Ali Carter here, I'd think, well, blimey, this guy must be pretty special to be in that position. Are you able at any point to go, I must be doing something right if I'm able to turn the world's best over on a beacon?
No, because I know I'm going to get found out from now and inwards, so, you know, this would be the real test. So, obviously, if Ali would have played well, it would have been a different ball game. This guy would have played well, would have been a different ball game. But I think from now on, you'll see the standard rise, and I'm not sure. I could probably go with it, but we'll soon find out.
How much have you seen, if any, of Si Jiahui so far in the championship?
I haven't really watched a lot of him, to be honest. I haven't really watched much of it, to be honest. Is he playing all right? I don't know.
Yeah, he's played okay, but not like the way, you know, a couple of years ago, against Luca and all that. But you know, he actually played well at the very death of the match, to put it away. You know,
I mean, I've always had a philosophy that if I play all right, it's irrelevant who's sitting in the chair. So I've always had that thing, and I still believe that now. So even though I'm struggling, if I turn it on, then I don't care who's sitting in the chair. It's never. That's what we want to hear. No, that's my belief in all sport. You know, not just for myself, but everybody. You know, I just think if the guy that wins a lot is the guy that fancy, you know, like he's not bothered about who he's playing really, because they have so much confidence in their own ability and their game tends to be better than the rest.
Well,
so I still believe that never changes. But you've got to be producing the form to think that that's likely to happen. You know?
A lot of people have been talking the last couple of days, John Higgins, Mark Williams play. What would be your take? Who do you think's going to win that one?
It's a hard one to
I mean,
call.
that's what I'm saying.
It's a hard one to call because I think Willow sort of tends to play better against John. I think John finds Willow a bit of a hard player to play. But John's playing really well now, so, you know, John's a different animal to he was maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I think I've watched a bit of Mark this week and he hasn't looked as good as he has done. But maybe that's a good thing, you know, when you're in the quarters, you want to play your best snooker from there on in, really. You don't want to be playing it in the first week and a half of this tournament, you know.
Sort of like the tournament sort of really starts for you now, really,
Quarters,
isn't it?
yeah.
Quarterfinals, it's like, you know,
Quarters.
it's the business, and it's like another week.
Quarters gets interesting there, it gets nice, yeah. But, I mean, every player that's in this, like, normally you get the quarters, you might have 3 or 4 that haven't been there before and they look a bit, you know, like they're not up for the rest of the tournament, but every player that's in this tournament have proven they can do it and can go the distance. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Well, Ronnie, thank you for talking about yourself. So we talk about the class of 92 being almost 50. How about when they were almost 15? So 1991,
Okay.
we've got some footage of when Mark Williams played John Higgins at the NEC. Big Al was there for that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, you remember that one as well?
Yeah, I remember that tournament. Yeah, John beat me in the quarters on the re-spotted black, I think it was. But John was... That's the first time we kind of heard of John. But I remember watching this match, and even then Willow wasn't scoring as well as John, but he was really beating John in the safety department, which is very rare, you know. Mark's a phenomenal safety player. But, yeah, amazing, isn't it? That? Josephine there.
Yeah, John's mum there. Do you know, it was
$5 grand he got for that. It was big money.
Yeah, it was.
$5 grand?
$5 grand I would have got for that.
15 years old and at 1991, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Funny, the guy that was commentating in that match, Mike Watterson, was the guy that... The reason why we're actually sat in here, he brought, you know, snooker to the Crucible. A nice synergy towards, you know, with that tournament.
Ron, in terms of bottle, when you're 15 years old and you're playing in front of TV cameras, is that something you've just got? Because those guys there, it doesn't look like they've any idea they're playing on TV.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, if you've got like what John's got and Mark's got, you play better in front of the TV cameras, you know. But a lot of people do find it nerve-wracking. But you know, none of these players here, the minute they got on TV, it was never a problem, you know.
And the other big question, did you see the boxing at the weekend? Ben Eubank?
Yeah, it was good. Good scrap.
Yeah, great. And Senior was there?
Yeah, Senior was there. Yeah, he was great, yeah.
It was excellent
Yeah, it was
stuff.
good, yeah.